Hello and welcome to another sunny day in beautiful Derbyshire, but we're not here to enjoy the weather. So we'll start off actually looking at the bag, and I think it's quite a pretty one. So I think even from the outside I really like the material. It's quite nice and soft, but also it's I think it looks really good. So that's the first thing attracted me to the actual bag. I thought that's one cool looking bag, and that stands there cool. So it's even it's got branded here, Roland Sands Designs. So there isn't any Kriega branding on this side at all. Have a quick look at that top. I've got my bits and bobs in there. I'm sure you don't want to see what's in my bag, but the important part is that it's actually fleece lined. So you do have quite a cool little place where if you've got an off-road visor, even for your glasses, you can easily take them, pop them in, and there's some protection. There's not really much padding or any protection. If you do fall down, whatever in there is going to get quite the hit. So the material itself, it says online it's 1000D Cordura, but even with that, like I said, still there's nothing there in case there is you do fall down, you're taking a hit. But I think even the material, even once it gets scratched up and it does get used, it's still going to look nice over time. And that's one of the things I've always liked, this type of canvas look bags. Let's go on. So it's got a simple pack, comes over the top. It's really, I think, quite a shame that they could have had a bit more something else here. It could have just been left open, or even potentially they could have put something there that could have had another sort of feature. But anyway, I also quite like the clips. I think they're quite cool looking. They're quite firm, they look quite strong, but they are something a bit different, so that's always interesting. They are very easy to open. Quite a satisfying little click. There you go, a short there, don't you? There. Clicks nice and shut. So when we do open it up, it has actually three sections. The section in the front, it's got the main section there, and it's got a waterproof laptop packet. Let's start off with the front and just have a little look. So there is a little bit of organisation here. I do have my first aid kit in here. Got my EpiPens and little puffs and all sorts. So I think there's enough space here to have some bits and bobs if you are just for help with your dailies. I think on the website and a lot of the videos they were showing tools and other things going in here, which I suppose you could do. But one of the things is that when the actual bag is sitting up, if you've got the tool in there and you need to get something out, it's not going to be the easiest thing, is it? But lying there here, I suppose it's not too bad. You just got to fiddle about. And I think if it was clear, you could actually see some of the contents. Maybe if it was some mesh, it might have been a lot more easier. Keep in mind that this bag, this whole section, this is not waterproof, but next thing, see, just put it on the ground a bit. It does tend to attract a lot of dirt, but I think, like you said, even if it is a bit dirty, it just adds to the look, I suppose. But anyway, some there. Let's go now to the main section. This is the main section. It's quite spacious. Keep in mind, like I said, it's a 30-litre bag with all these parts here, and that little part at the front is 4. That's how they get to the 34. And so the party trick with this is you can actually fit a helmet. So you can see at the side there are these little expansion slots. So you can open that up. The bag does expand, and then from that you can actually go and put a helmet in there, which I think is really cool. So if you are stopping somewhere with the bike, open it up, pop your helmet in, you can walk around. Oh yeah, there's a little clip there as well. There is plenty of space there for carrying your things foot all. And the third section is this one at the top, where it's a white waterproof, just as in the other Kriega bags, and it does I think a small laptop you could probably fit in there. Like I said, it's useful, but then it depends on the size of your laptop. If you've got anything too big, I think my small laptop, my little Surface, yeah, it goes in there, but I don't think I'd particularly want to put anything more than that. And that's the actual main storage. So also there is a little pouch at the back here for those who want to put in their water bladders and things. So again, it's even got a little clip there, So if you do a water bladder, at least you can pin it to the top. So yeah, it's got some things going for it. It's quite useful again, but like I said, it'll just come out there, I think. But I think, like I said, it's all these other sections are not waterproof. You just get a single waterproof section. So if you've got something important, put electronics in there, at least you have that option there. It's and that's the important thing, is giving you options. On the harness side, these have actually been added on by myself. I'll talk about those in a second. But you get a quad-like light harness, which means it has a single clip, which is that one there, and that's the other one on this side, and the second one's added by the actual bag. It's a single clip there, and you get a very, very light belt, which is just here on the side when you open this zip, and then that you can use your belt, and when you don't need it you can pack it away. And also then just here in the center you just have this this back paneling is not particularly good for the airflow. So when you do have the actual airflow going, it's something that tends to sit back to your back. So you've got a bit of padding, a bit of cushioning, but I think the airflow isn't that great. I have done a 10k walk in this, and it really didn't ventilate well at all. I do tend to sweat a lot, especially when I'm walking, and it was absolutely terrible. But the other cool thing, it actually has, you can take this off if you don't need it, or you can pop it on if you do. And this is meant to be for a sissy bar, which I do believe it's the bar they have at the back of the bike. But for me, I've been using it to, whenever I go somewhere, to attach it to the table. So for a bit of security, put it under the table wherever I'm stopping, lock it into the table or to a chair, just for a bit of the extra security. So yeah, and if you don't need it, you can open it up and you can pop it just inside even these little side pockets, I suppose. And there are some reflective panels there as well. Now, oh, and also at the bottom there is a little hole just for drainage, which tells you how the main section isn't waterproof. So it's even got a drainage hole to get that water out, which is quite good, I suppose. Now for the bad of it, having used this quite a bit, one of the biggest weaknesses I think is that it actually has a quad lock light harness rather than the full one, so that as soon as you have to load in it, it does get uncomfortable very quickly. Not very quickly, but it isn't as comfortable as it could be, I think is a better way to say it. If you actually had a decent back support here, hugging your back like my nice rucksacks, my camping rucksacks do, it'd be fantastic. It'd be a lot more comfortable, a lot more secure, but it's not. So that's one of my first gripes with this one. Second of my gripes is actually this little side section. Let me put those aside, don't want those getting knackered. I have a nut allergy, I'm going to get done for it. Is actually this strap, and so if you can see, got the entire strap and it's just held in there, just with this bit of paneling on the side. It just flaps about. It's not even connected to the main bag, it's just connected to a bit of fabric on the side, and that, I think, it just doesn't make it as secure as it could be, and doesn't really, and all it's going to take is probably a good couple of tugs or some damage there, and the entire strap's going to come out. It's also then with these bags, it's got these little zips at the side. I think it's a great idea, and they've actually got a little section like that. It's perfect for keeping your wallet in or other bits and bobs. But it's a biking bag, it's not a hiking rucksack, and I think that's the thing I need to really keep. I've really has been sort of brought to my attention that Kriega make bags for bikers. On the bike, this is quite good, but as soon as I get off the bike and I want to use it as a day pack and I'm going around, it starts to fall down. It's 2 kilos, almost just shy of 2 kilos empty, and nothing in it. Start adding a few bits and bobs, and suddenly you got yourself quite easy. Add a bottle of water, have some other little bits and bobs, and suddenly, before you know, you've got 5 or 6 kilos, if not more, on your back. And then these little extra things like these pockets and things have come on, don't really make it comfortable for walking about with. I'll do those are in a separate video, but I think as a bag just for your biking, it's very, very good. And I think style here has gone over form, over function, I think they probably tried it on it and it didn't look as good as it did like this, and thought, oh no, we're not having that. So I think that was one of the things, and that's quite a disappointment. Over, you know, you could have, having had tried the full quad lock, keeping that on all day, fantastic. It's just, I couldn't even tell it was them a lot of times. I just tended to forget. But I think with this, it's not. I did. There were times when I would get tired and when I would be feeling it. Even this part at the bottom, it's not really as it's just flappy and flops about. I think I prefer to have bags with a lot more form and a lot more rigidity. It helps me to keep that load equal, especially like you get in a framed rucksack. I've had my Osprey Exos 48 litres for a good 5-6 years. Amazing bag. It's very, very good, and it keeps everything comfortable, and it keeps that weight off the neck, off the shoulders, and spreads it around. But one of the things I do want to point out is that I understand that every single person's needs are going to be different. What I think is right, or what I need, isn't what someone else is going to need or think is really important. We all have our different priorities, and that's why I think it's even things like the range of accessories. So the trail pouches here, and this is another little pocket pouch. I've had won one of these in a competition with Chris Birch a couple of years ago. Fantastic. And I've just that's why I started even looking into Kriega. I just thought it was over expensive before, but after having not this particular one, but having the Chris Birch pouch, just really changed my mind. And I think it's having something like that you want for your phone, or whatever it's going to be, it's there, it's available. If I wanted to have 2 of them, I can, and it's available. If I prefer to have the pouches, I can, it's there and it's available. Even with these, I can add, if I want something onto there instead, I can, and it's available. And I think that's the important part, that there is a fair bit of flexibility. I mean, if I don't want to have it there and I want to have a pouch up there, I can, and again, it's available. So every single person can tailor this bag to how they want it. And I think that's one of the important things for me to sort of stress. I think whatever bag you get, it'll always be changed to what you specifically like. I think even for my walking and hiking, I do exactly the same. Yeah, so I think a bag like this at £240, where I need to spend another £55 to get it to somewhere where it's quite functional, is way too expensive. While these bags are really good, they're made specifically for the bike, and I've realised that I need something that can do a lot more. I need something that can be a good day pack. It can be on the bike. They're light to carry. They're much more budget friendly, and I think that's where this bag really, really falls down. While it's comfortable and it's got some brilliantly interesting features, I think it's one of the prettiest bike bags I've seen in a very, very long time. And I absolutely do still love the colour, the material, and the feel and the look of it. I think it falls down in too many places. The capacity on paper sounds right. It's only when you start to use it, it's only then you start to realise, one sec, it's quite a little flawed bag, isn't it? Would I buy it again? I don't think I would. This bag doesn't work as a day pack for me. It's just way too heavy, and I need something a lot lighter, and that's why I can't really say I would actually go out and buy it again. The more that I've gone out and tried this quite high-end stuff, these premium things, the more I'm realizing, you know what, I don't have to go out and do so much. I can actually do things at a much lower price point. I can save a heck of a lot of money, and that's really the way to go. So amazing bag. I'm super impressed with it, but I wouldn't buy it again. But thank you for watching. Take care, ride safe, and stay curious.